Maya had always dreamed big. Ever since she could remember, she had imagined herself walking across the stage at graduation, the auditorium lights reflecting off the shiny diploma in her hand. She pictured the applause, the cheers from proud parents, and the sense of accomplishment radiating from every corner of the hall. In her imagination, it was perfect. Her name called, her friends cheering, her family beaming with pride. She promised herself that no matter what, she would reach that day and own it. At first, she had the discipline. In her first year of high school, Maya's mornings were spent with books spread across her desk. She highlighted textbooks, scribbled notes in neat margins, and quizzed herself on definitions and formulas. She stayed after school for extra lessons and joined study groups, always eager to learn. Her teachers noticed her dedication, and even her friends sometimes teased her for being too serious, but she didn't mind. The dream of applause was bigger than any teasing. Then, the phone came. At first, it was just for quick messages, keeping in touch with friends, sharing a laugh, checking notifications. But soon, it became something else entirely. Short videos, trending challenges, and endless social media feeds invaded her mind, one scroll at a time. A few minutes became an hour became a day. She told herself she'd study after one more video, but there was always another one, and another, and another. Weeks slipped by unnoticed. Assignments piled up. Notes were left unfinished. She laughed it off with friends, saying she worked better under pressure, but deep down she knew the truth. She was letting time slip through her fingers. The dream of applause at graduation still shone in her mind, but it was dimming, buried under layers of distractions. Her parents noticed. "Maya, why haven't you touched your math homework?" her mother asked one evening, concern etched on her face. "You have an exam in 3 days." Maya waved her off, promising to start after a quick break. But the quick break stretched into hours. Her phone sat in her hand like an anchor, keeping her from the world she had once been so eager to conquer. Teachers tried to warn her. "Don't wait until the last minute," one said kindly. "You have so much potential, but potential alone won't get you there." Maya nodded, distracted, eyes already back on the glowing screen. She knew they were right, but it felt impossible to step away. Days turned into months. Each semester passed, each deadline arrived and slipped by, and Maya still scrolled. The library became a place she visited only in memories. Her textbooks collected dust. The notes she had so carefully made in the past were abandoned, forgotten, their pages curling at the edges. She comforted herself with the illusion that she had time. There was always another day. Finally, the day came. Graduation day. The auditorium buzzed with excitement, caps and gowns, proud parents, photographers capturing every smiling face. Maya's heart fluttered as she imagined herself among them, the applause washing over her like a warm wave. She could hear it in her mind, the clapping, the cheers, the sense of achievement. She closed her eyes and smiled at the thought, but the smile faltered. Her parents searched for her. "Maya, where are you?" her father called, scanning the crowd. She was nowhere to be found. The teachers whispered among themselves, concerned glances thrown her way. Seats filled, names were called, diplomas handed out. Friends laughed and cried in celebration, their faces radiant with triumph. Every step on that stage was a victory, every cheer a reward for months and years of hard work. And yet, Maya's seat remained empty. The applause washed over the auditorium, but it was for someone else. Someone who had shown up, who had prepared, who had fought for the moment she had only dreamed about. She stood outside the doors, phone still in hand, scrolling through videos celebrating graduation, laughing at memes, liking posts, sharing clips, but the reality of what she had lost began to seep in. Hours later, she sat alone on a park bench, the evening sun casting long shadows over the pavement. Her friends' photos from graduation scrolled endlessly across her feed. Caps thrown in the air, smiling faces, proud parents, teachers applauding. She could see the joy, the celebration, the achievement, but it was no longer hers. She had traded real effort for virtual amusement, and now, the applause she had once craved belonged to everyone but her. Regret hit her like a tidal wave. It wasn't just one assignment she had skipped or one exam she had ignored. It was every moment she had allowed herself to be distracted, every hour spent scrolling instead of learning, every promise to herself that she would start tomorrow. The dream she had cherished for years had not vanished suddenly. It had been chipped away, day by day, minute by minute, by the very distractions she had welcomed into her life. Maya realized something painful, yet vital. Dreams required action. Applause didn't arrive by wishing, by imagining, or by passing time. It arrived through commitment, effort, and focus. Every moment she had squandered on the phone was a moment that could have been used to build knowledge, to practice, to grow. Every video she watched was a tiny thread unraveling the fabric of her future. The evening deepened, and the auditorium lights faded in her memory. She wiped away tears and made a silent vow. She could not undo the past, but she could reclaim the future. She would put the phone aside. She would open the dusty books. She would rewrite her story, one page at a time, one day at a time. She would not let the next opportunity slip away. Maya didn't yet know what her next graduation would look like, or when she would walk across the stage again. But she knew that the choice was hers, and hers alone. The applause of yesterday could not be claimed, but the achievements of tomorrow were waiting, if she was willing to show up, if she was willing to act. And for the first time in a long time, she felt a spark of hope ignite. She slipped the phone into her bag, picked up her notebooks, and started writing. Not for likes, not for followers, not for anyone else, only for herself. Because the dream she had once allowed to fade could still be rebuilt, one determined day at a time.